got the cigarette smoke curling in the air, reaching for a hand that is no longer there. I let the silence settle in the corners of the room, wrapped up in the memories of a love that died too soon. I painted our story with shades of gray and blue, never knowing I was busy ruining you. I was playing in the shallow while you wanted to die. Now I'm wondering how to keep this hollow heart alive. Well, you only crave the warmth when the frost bites your skin. Only realize the gamble when you've lost what you win. Only know you love her when you forced her to go. Only know you've been freezing when you're standing in the snow and you let her go. Walking past the coffee shop where we used to hide, with a bitter taste of pride holding me inside. I see her in the faces of the strangers passing by, a phantom of the girl who once believed my every lie. I took her for granted, thought she'd always be around, like a treasure I neglected till it couldn't be found. Now I'm reading our old letters, wishing I could change the past, but I learned that gentle hearts are not designed to last. Well, you only crave the warmth when the frost bites your skin. It's the selfish way I lived, took everything she had and nothing left to give. Oh, the hardest part is knowing that she's better off alone than in this broken kingdom that I call my home. Your skin, only realize The sun hits the floorboards in a shape I don't recognize. It's the outline of a ghost with your hollow, distant eyes. I try to step into the light to feel a little heat, but there's a coldness following the rhythm of my feet. I used to see your silhouette dancing on the wall. Now there's only one reflection, and it's learning how to crawl. I pour 2 cups of coffee, just a habit I can't break. One for my regret, and one for this never-ending ache. It doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't need a key. It's the only thing you left that still belongs to me. It stretches down the hallway, it lingers by the bed, repeating every cruel word that we ever should have said. Down to the corner where we carved our names in stone. But even in the crowded street, I've never been more alone. People look right through me like I'm made of frosted glass, watching all the happy couples and the seasons as they pass. My shadow's getting longer, it's reaching for your hand like a map of a country that I'll never understand. I'm haunted by the versions of the people we once were, before the colors faded and the lines began to blur. To hold on to every night. Sometimes I talk to it like it's actually you. I tell it all the secrets that I never followed through. I ask it if you're happy, I ask it if you're warm, or if you're just another soul caught inside a different storm. But shadows don't have voices, they only have the weight of 1,000 I am sorries that arrived a day too late. It's a tether to the bottom, it's an anchor in the sand. It's the only part of us that I can still command. The street lamps are flickering, the moon is turning gray, and I'm still standing here waiting for the dark to go away. But the darker that it gets, the more the shadow starts to blend, until I can't tell where I start or where the sorrows end. Maybe I'm the shadow now, and grief is the machine living in the empty spaces, somewhere in between. Oh, sadness is my shadow now, it follows where I go, it whispers in the silence all the things I didn't know. It grows when the day dies, it's heaviest at noon, a dark stain on the carpet in the middle of the room. I try to run away from it, I turn the light, chase the sun. I heard the sound before I felt the cold against my skin, the rattling of the window frames as the winter pushed its way in. You didn't raise your voice, you didn't even slam the door. You just gathered up your coat and left your shadow on the floor. And in that quiet second, while the clock began to stall, I felt the hairline fractures starting deep inside the wall. It started in my chest, a tiny spark of silver light. Then everything I used to be just vanished in the night. I reached out for the counter, but my fingers turned to dust. The iron in my blood began to settle into rust. I tried to call your name, but my throat was filled with sand. I watched my history slipping through the tremors of my hand. I'm a collection of the moments that we never got to keep, the promises we whispered while the world was fast asleep. Now I'm standing in the hallway, staring at the empty space where I used to find my gravity inside your warm embrace. I found a piece of me beneath the chair where you would sit. A little bit of laughter and the fire we had lit. I found a piece of me inside the pocket of your shirt, wrapped in all the I love yous that eventually turned to hurt. I'm gluing back the corners of a smile I don't feel, trying to convince the ghost of me that none of this is real. But the cracks are showing through, no matter how I try to hide the hollow aching wilderness that's growing deep inside. They say that time is healing, that the scars will start to fade, but they don't see the debris from the choices that we made. I'm walking on the shards of every dream we ever built, cutting through the layers of the longing and the guilt. I'm a puzzle with the vital parts missing from the box, a key that's searching blindly for 1,000 heavy locks. Don't tell me I'll be stronger, don't tell me I'll be fine, when I'm picking up the remnants of a life that isn't mine. Oh, I've broken pieces scattered on the hardwood floor of a million different fragments of the man I was before. Pick up the jagged edges, try to fit them back in place, but there's a hole shaped like your memory that I never can erase. Yeah, I've broken pieces sharp enough to make me bleed, giving up the only version of the love I'll ever need. You can sweep away the wreckage, you can wash away the stain, but how do you rebuild a soul that's addicted to the pain? One piece for the morning, one piece for the night, one piece for the way you looked underneath the porch light. I'm still missing the center, I'm still missing the core. I'm just the dust you left behind when you walked out.